Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Nadine Smiley. I am the mompreneur, and I'm coming to you today with your morning coffee. So, I haven't been uploading any morning coffees for a little while. I've been really tied up with a bunch of stuff with the kids, part of the job of a mompreneur. But there was a topic I wanted to share with you all today about and it goes from personal development to entrepreneurship. So it's actually an overutilized word. Again, you will hear my daughter's cat because for some reason he likes to be part of videos. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about forgiveness. So, and not exactly in the aspect that you think. So, everybody's going to get hurt. I know you've been hurt. I've been hurt. Everybody's going to get hurt at some point in your life by somebody that you care for, somebody that you love. It doesn't have to be on purpose. It can be done by accident. Doesn't necessarily have to be malicious intent. Now, how we respond to the offense is really what will make the difference. And there are times when we will respond incorrectly. There are times when we will respond correctly and the other person will respond incorrectly. It just human dynamic. However, when it gets to a point where you have fallen out with someone, when you have when there's no more connection, there's no more communication, and it's basically at odds, there is always room for forgiveness. Now, you don't always, when it comes to forgiveness, you don't have to let the person know that you forgave them. That's not a requirement. The forgiveness is for you, not the other person. So, you going to somebody, unless you feel some need for this to be a part of your closure, if you go to the person and say, oh, I forgive you for such and such and such, you have to ask yourself, is that more of an ego thing where you're letting them know, well, I'm the bigger person, I've forgiven you? Or is that really something that you needed the closure on, that you really felt you needed to share? So if it's ego driven and there's no purpose behind it, as far as no healing purpose behind it, keep it to yourself. Everybody does not need to know that you've forgiven them. And with that being said as well, sometimes you will need to let somebody know. There are also times when I have done this, or when somebody else has done this to me, and it takes a big person to do it, and that's reach out and say, hey, I was wrong about XYZ. I was wrong to say this, I was wrong to do that. And sometimes it's, this is what I was going through at the moment, or sometimes it's just like, look, I perceive the situation differently. So whatever it is, always be open for that. No, correction. You gauge what rectification you're open for. It's on you what you want to let back in your life and what you don't. It really is. It's up to you. If there was some kind of major breach of trust, I'm a trust kind of person, so more than likely I wouldn't let that person back in my life. It's just, I hold trust to be one of those major things that, when broken, I really have a hard time restoring that. So for me, a trust issue would be more than oh, I just stopped talking to you because I thought XYZ. To me, I'm like, oh, okay, forgot all about that, or things of that nature. So anyway, when it comes to forgiveness, you have to decide what you're willing to allow back in your life, because the fact of the matter is, yes, that person may be sorry. However, have they learned from that behavior? When you let somebody back into your life, you do not have to restore them to the position that they once had in your life either. That's something to keep in mind. You can forgive someone and not allow them that same access to you or to your personal life that they once had. And that is, again, totally up to you. Now, where this comes back around as an entrepreneur is I've had situations where I've fallen out with people in the past, and time has elapsed and we don't even remember why we're mad, or it's just not even that serious anymore or anything like that. And they've reached out to me, or I've reached out to them with, hey, I see you do X, Y, and Z. How can I support your business? Or I have a business proposition for you, or something along those lines. So I would say, not always, but usually be open for rectification. However, that does not mean you be somebody's doormat. That does not mean you continuously allow someone to mistreat you. That is not the same thing. When someone shows that they are sorry, their actions will in turn be right there to support their words. If someone says I'm sorry and continues the same behavior, then you know that they're not sorry. But as far as your personal development goes, we forgive people to free ourselves. I know it sounds cliche, but I know a lot of us have heard the song by Erykah Badu, Bag Lady. Well, that's what it ends up being. You carry all of these bags, you carry all of this anger, all of this hurt, resentment, you carry that behind you, and it becomes this constant burden. So if you can drop the bags, if you can let it go, then you're free. Doesn't mean that you have to tell them, oh well, I'm free of what you did, such and such and such. No, sometimes you just need that freedom. You need to make the decision to do that, and the decision in many cases needs to be decided every day, because some days you're not going to feel like it. But even as an entrepreneur, you can rectify, you can forgive someone, they can forgive you, and you guys can work together on a project. It's happened. I've done it before. It's on more than one occasion. So it is something to think about, but even more than that, it is freedom for you. And when you feel free, that shows up in your personal life, that shows up in your business, that shows up in your parenting, that shows up in everything. So we forgive for us. Stop holding on to the bags. They're too heavy. Let them go. Until next time, my name is Nadine Smiley. I am the mompreneur, and this is your morning coffee. Bye.